So how do we kind of come up with those connections, right? So we want to have some cybersecurity goals, some requirements for those goals to kind of reach them, and kind of have the overall concept as well, right? So a cybersecurity goal in ISO SAE 21434, a cybersecurity goal would include the protection of assets that, if compromised, would lead to a damage scenario. So why is this important? It's to prevent compromise, detection, and monitoring of the TOE from an attacker. Um, so what this is pretty much saying is once you perform a TARA, you are one of the first steps after you kind of figure all of the components and connections out is to determine what type of damage scenarios may occur if one of the functions of that feature were to be kind of misused by a hacker, right, or by some malicious actor. So off of those damage scenarios you come up with, you want to kind of create cybersecurity goals for them to try and make sure that that doesn't happen, right? You want to have some protections put in place there. So you want to then create a cybersecurity claim, which are risks that cybersecurity goals do not account for, but are still applicable to in the scenario. Possibly a fail-safe mechanism when the accounted risk occurs. So this would be something like, say, we've been talking about the tampering of ECUs and trying to reflash them, right? So perhaps a claim here would be that if somebody were to try to mess with the flashing of an ECU, the ECU would fully lock itself from any type of file or software changes for like 10 days or something along those lines, right? Some sort of fail safe and protection put in place to stop somebody from attempting to perform this attack. And that concept is going to be kind of a thing that we put in place to verify and ensure conformance with these cybersecurity goals, the consistency and compatibility with the functionality of the item. So what this means is kind of some of the testing that can be performed. We want to kind of have goals that are measurable and achievable, of course, right? So we want our goals to be something along the lines of uh, like this feature has X vulnerability, and to protect that, we're doing A, B, and C, right? And then perhaps A, B, and C will be like, this is encrypted, this takes 20 seconds to do something with, and this other thing has this protection on it, right? But now we want to be able to verify that those protections are in place, and from that, right, we're able to kind of test it, verify it, and kind of give that like A-OK, this is now secure, right? And then from that, we get into the kind of even more overarching, the kind of plan for everything. This is going to specify what in particular is required to maintain the concept in a concise way, right? So this is kind of the testing plan for everything. So we have achievable and measurable goals. Now we have a kind of plan for how to measure them and are able to kind of keep this throughout the kind of building of this vehicle.